Hey, KMMA student. Today, I want to talk to you about setting the most awesome goals. Hopefully, you've already set some goals for this year course, but let's talk about how you make them really awesome goals. And when I say awesome, I mean goals that are likely to actually be achieved. So the first thing I want to talk about is that you can't have too many goals. So often we got lots and lots of things out there, and the problem is it's much, much better to focus on a few things than to try to focus on too many. So I recommend 3 to 5 goals. When you choose your big three, what what Darren Hardy calls your banner goals, your big three goals, the most important. These are the things that are really, really going to move the needle, right? They're going to make it a difference in your life when you accomplish them. So when you set those, think of it that way. Like these are ones that they're so important, they're so powerful that they will positively affect all the rest of your life as well. So you come up with those 3 banner goals, and then 4 and 5 are probably some other things that you're like, I just really need to start doing that. So for example, I'll just give you an example of those. I have two I have 2 professional banner goals for the year, and I have one physical banner goal for the year, and then I have a couple others. And like one is I want to spend more time with friends and family, right? And hey, that's a very important goal, but it's relatively easy. It's really just a matter of me putting the time on the calendar and then having the discipline to make it so. So 4 and 5 are like that, right? They're the easier ones that it's not going to take a whole lot of bandwidth for you to make it happen. Like the first 3, that'll be a little more challenging. The second piece of advice, and tip of the hat to Michael Hyatt on this one, I got this from him because, of course, we know many, many years we were all using Zig Ziglar's SMART goals, and those are great. But Michael Hyatt actually coined the term smarter goals, and I like it a lot. So first of all, the goals still have to be specific. So in other words, you don't say I'm going to be a black belt. You say I will be a confident, competent black belt leader by September of, and it's the date that's 6 years later, or I will be a black belt by, and it's the date that's 4 years later, right? Like you're setting a specific goal, which of course leads to the second one, which will that it will be measurable. It has to be something specific as well. So for example, if it's a weight goal, it's best to say I will be this many pounds by whatever, or some other kind of goal. You want to make it as specific as possible and as measurable as possible. The A actually stands for actionable. We don't want to make goals that are just going to remain in the world of dreams. They have to be actionable. They have to be able to be broken down, chunked down into an action plan that we can take action on to produce the desired result. They have to be risky, right? Because if it's something that you're easily going to accomplish, don't waste one of your 3 goals on that, right? Make it something that's a little bit risky. They have to be time bound, as I already said in the specific. I already gave the example that you have to give it a specific time frame that you're going to accomplish it. They have to be exciting. That's probably one of the most important of all. Don't make a goal because you think you should or somebody else told you should. Make a goal that excites you, because that's an important part of actually doing. Look, when the going gets tough, as it always will. For example, we used that goal becoming a black belt. It's easier early on, and it gets a little more challenging as it goes. And by the way, let me tell you, it's really, really worth it. It's an exciting goal, because when you become a confident, competent black belt leader, the rest of your life will change. You'll be set up to survive and thrive in any situation, and prepared to lead where you're at and into your future. It's not just a mission statement. It's also a big part of creating your worthy goals. And the final R is they have to be relevant, and relevant means relevant to your period of life, right? So set your goal for this year. If you're still in school, you're in a different phase, like school meaning like elementary school. You're obviously in a very different phase than somebody who's in college, or somebody who's already began their career, somebody who's maybe even coming to the other side of that, right? So phase of life and other things, your roles can also inform your goals. So smarter goals is piece of advice number 2. Number 1, don't make too many. Choose 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Right? 3 is usually about the right number to be able to do something. Make them smarter goals, as we just talked about. And my third piece of advice is this. Then you have to decide. John Maxwell put it this way. He said, nothing in our life changes until we change something that we do daily. So you got to decide, what is the daily behavior, the daily habits that are going to help me accomplish this goal, right? In my goal planning, the one I do with my team, we actually have something called the achievement management system, where we go and we check off when we do the things that we said we were going to do. It's very important because when you do the things you say you're going to do, you are developing confidence, not just in yourself, but confidence of other people in you. It's an important part also of achieving your goals. Super proud of you. Attention, stay set. Enjoy the rest of your class.